Morning students, let us start today's class. First of all, I would advise you to start our class with Brahmanath. Swastha. In the last two classes, we had studied about the lost child. The child was so much interested in the first part. We studied that child was very much interested, curious to visit the fair with his parents. He was not in the control of his parents, and he was attracted by different types of things. Then in the second part we studied just he entered into the fair, and we will discuss some of question and answers to remember or recapitulate the previous part. So first question is, what did the child see at the fair? You know, when the child entered into the fair, he heard the calling of a sweet meat hawker. He was shouting gulab jamun, rasgulla, burfi, jalebi, etc. So he was first of all he was attracted by the sweet meat hawker, and he saw the sweet meat hawker just selling sweets, different types of sweet at the corner of the fair. Did the child want to buy anything? What are they? Why did he move on without waiting for his father's reply? You know, the child was attracted by so many things. First of all, he was attracted by the calling of the sweetmeat hawker, and for his favorite sweet burfi. But he himself thought in his mind that his father would say that he was too greedy to eat the sweets. So he didn't wait for the answer of the parents, and he didn't request them to buy burfi, and he moved further. And just at a distance he saw a man shouting loudly, garland of Gulmohar, garland of Gulmohar. So he wanted to buy a garland of Gulmohar, but thinking about his parents, he thought that his parents would say him that they are very cheap and they avoid to buy a garland for him. So thinking about his parents, he proceeded, he moved on, but didn't wait for the answer of his parents. And third, he was attracted by different types of balloons. He tried to possess all the balloons, all the colorful balloons, but here also he didn't wait for the answer of his parents, and he thought that his parents would definitely avoid to buy the balloons, and they would say that he was too old to play with the balloons. So he didn't wait for the answers of his parents and moved on. Another question, did his parents buy anything for the child? Why? You know, the answer is definitely no. The parents didn't buy anything for the child, and I think perhaps they were too poor to buy anything in the fair, so they tried to avoid to buy anything in the fair. Did he like the music played by the snake charmer? How do you know this? Yes, definitely the child liked the music played by the snake charmer, and as he was attracted by the music, moved to the snake charmer. It proves that he was attracted by the music played by the snake charmer. Now we will read the third part, and you are advised to look at your books. I am going to read now. The child watched them intently, and then he made a bold request. I want to go on the roundabout. Please, father, mother. There was no reply. He turned to look at his parents. They were not there, ahead of him. He turned to look on either side. They were not there. He looked behind. There was no sign of them. A full, deep cry rose within his dry throat, and with a sudden jerk of his body, he ran from where he stood, crying in real fear, "Mother, father!" Tears rolled down from his eyes. Out of fear, he ran to one side first, then to the other, hither and thither in all directions, knowing not where to go. "Mother, father!" he cried. His yellow turban came untied, and his clothes became muddy. Having run to and fro for a while, he stood helpless. His cries changed into sobs. At little distance on the green grass, he could see through his filmy eyes men and women talking. He tried to look intently, but there was no sign of his father and mother among those people. He ran quickly again, this time to a temple to which people seemed to be crowding. Every little inch of space here was congested with men, but he ran through people's legs, his little sob lingering. "Mother, father!" Near the entrance to the temple, however, the crowd became very thick. Men jostled with each other. The poor child struggled to find a way between their feet, but finally failed and raised his voice with the highest pitch. "Father, mother!" A man in the rushing crowd heard his cry, and stopping with great difficulty lifted him up in his arms. I have collected some difficult words for you from the third part of the story, The Lost Child. Let us see. Intently, with strong interest and attention. Bold means courageous or brave. Turn means moved. Either side, both side. Jerk, sudden shock, sudden thrill. Hither and thither, here and there, in many directions. Turban, a long cloth tied around the head. Especially the Punjabis wear turbans around their heads. Untied, not tied. muddy, dirty, to and fro, front and back, sobs, deep cry without any sound, filmy eyes, clean eyes, congested, crowded, jostled, to push roughly against somebody in a crowd, struggled, tried strongly, highest pitch, loud voice. This is all about the meanings of difficult words that we collected from the third part. Now I would advise you to read the third part silently once. Hope you might have read the third part silently once. Let us see the summary of the third part. The child made a bold request to his parents to go on the roundabout, but there was no reply. He turned to look on either side, but could not find them in a crowd. He cried bitterly out of fear. He ran here and there in the crowd to find his parents. At last, he ran to a temple which was overcrowded. The poor child struggled to find a way in the crowd but failed. He raised his voice with the highest pitch to find out his parents. Fortunately, a man in the rushing crowd heard his cry and lifted him up in his arms. This is what we studied in the third part of the story, the lost child. Let us discuss some of the questions and answers from the third part. What is the third part about? You know, in the third part, in the beginning, the child was attracted by the moving of the people in the roundabout, and he boldly, with confidence, he tried to request his parents to sit in the roundabout, but when he moved, he didn't see his parents. He didn't found his parents there. So he cried, and the child was missing in the fair. What was the most attractive thing for the child? How do you know this? In the fair, as I feel, the most attractive thing for the child was the roundabout. As he watched the people moving in the roundabout with whirling sound, and he boldly requested here his parents to sit in the roundabout. But when he moved back to request his parents were not there. These are the question and answers of the third part. We will meet in the next class to discuss the fourth part and last part of the story, the lost child. Thank you.